So today I'm chatting with John Winter, our Chief Legal Officer. John oversees our legal and regulatory function, along with a ton of other activities to ensure that we are doing business in the right way. Welcome, John.
Hi, Kerry. Thank you.
So today we are here outside, our first outside interview on the terrace of our Denver office. We have a beautiful view of the mountains. The sun is shining, we will try not to squint, but John, need I ask, why would you move from New York to Denver?
Well, it's pretty obvious, but New York will always hold a special place in our heart. I was born there, my kids were born there, and I started my career there.
Yeah.
But when I got the opportunity to come out, and I was always told if you get the opportunity to work for a John Malone company with talented people around and in a dynamic business, you just don't pass on that opportunity.
And you were at Baker Botts before joining us, right? So, how is the work that you do in a legal firm different to the work that you would do in-house?
Yeah, the actual legal work is pretty similar, but what's different is two main things is I don't bill my time anymore and I don't have clients. And what it allows us to do is that we partner with the business, whether it's yourself, whether it's Balin, whether it's Chris, Vivek, we partner with them and we learn about the business so that we can advise the business in doing not only the business the right way, but getting deals done and getting commercial things through more efficiently and the way that the business wants to drive that.
And we talk a lot about doing business in the right way. What does responsible leadership mean to you?
Really is sound judgment and conviction, right? So you really need to have really good business judgment, not only to know sort of what the rules are, but actually to know when's the right time to maybe take a little different path, but not put the company at risk, not put yourself at risk. Right. The second thing is really empowering your people and trusting your people to make the right decision. And the final thing, and for me, it's the more really important for me is having empathy. Right, putting yourself. It's been valuable for me in negotiations to put myself in the other party's shoes to be like, okay, what are they really thinking about and trying to achieve, and maybe we can get to a better result for both parties.
So tell me a little bit about the code of conduct. So we launched that last year as a global policy for the whole company. How do you sort of see that fitting in?
Yeah, so the code of conduct is really the guideposts and the lighthouse for people to kind of come back to. They're set of principles that the whole company and even our vendors and our partners, agree to, and in terms of big principles about how we do business, how we interact with each other, how we interact with customers.
Perfect. And what are some of the unique challenges that you face leading the legal and regulatory function in a region like ours across the Caribbean and Latin America?
Yeah, it's certainly a challenge. It's a challenge mainly because it's so fragmented, and fragmented in just the number of jurisdictions. Since the UTS acquisition, we now have over 24 consumer markets that we operate in, and each one of those have their own regulators, their own governments, their own cultures, and their own people. That means we have to adapt in certain places, and we don't have one size fits all. We have some core principles that we try to apply, but then we have to adapt them in each of those jurisdictions.
Perfect. And now outside of work, I know you love to cook, and I know that also when you're not doing that, you are teaching, I have to say football because I am British, but I understand you're also teaching your daughter's soccer team, right? What has that taught you?
Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing it's taught me is patience. Honestly, it's when you're on the field, the only adult with 10 7-year-olds and trying to just teach them to pass to each other without doing cartwheels and stuff. It teaches you a lot of just patience. It also, I think most importantly, it also taught me to sometimes you just have to let things go and not control things. It's a great experience. It gives me great time with my daughter, and we have fun of it as a family.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah.